Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Cool's Reviews Deep Dives and our trek down the Yellow Brick Road. We do apologize. I know we said we'd get this out a couple months ago, but better late than never. And at least it's still before Wicked 2, or Wicked for Good. Which, David, I don't think we've talked about the trailer yet, have we, for Wicked for Good?
No, I don't think we ever covered it.
All right, so do you want to kick the discussion off today with the trailer? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, we can. Honestly, I think it looks good. You can definitely tell that it's one of those movies that they filmed both at the same time, which honestly, for projects like this, I think that that's always a better idea than doing two separate shoots because things always happen in between. It looks like, from what we can tell, it looks like we dive straight back into the story. You do see, everybody kind of moving on with life after what we saw with Elphaba being outcast now as the Wicked Witch, and Glinda kind of staying behind with the wizard and such. But they're still talking, still obviously friends. So Glinda's not quite following the rules with that, and Elphaba's still trying to get her to help her out. It looks like everybody, kind of the major characters we met last time, are all still back in this. Fiero, Bach, Madame Morrible. Everybody's kind of showing appearances. Of course, the wizard himself. And throughout the trailer, we are hearing pieces of the song For Good, which is what ends up being the title of this movie. Now, instead of Wicked Part 2, it's Wicked for Good. So a lot of highlighting of Glinda and Elphaba's friendship, which is kind of a running motif through the entire thing. So it makes sense they pick back up on that. But you see a lot more action, it looks like, in this one. There's definitely more things happening. This isn't the nice, like, oh, we're in school together, kind of things. It's a lot more of stuff happening. And as we know, things do turn darker than what we saw in the first part. So I think it looks great. I'm excited to see it in, 3 months now. So it looks good. I don't know if they're going to, I think they have one more trailer, like the final trailer, I think will still come out probably October, probably start doing that. But I think it's lining up to be a great one.
Nick, what about you? What are your thoughts with the Wicked for Good trailer?
For a second there, I forgot that it came out. But I mean, yeah, well, kind of what David said, we're right back into it. I'll be interested to see how they, finish it out for sure. Because I've never seen the production, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and overall, I would say definitely it's still going with the stage play, definitely for the better, as we've talked about multiple times. But yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes and how much money it makes, because the first one, as we know, did really well, grossed a lot of money. So the big question now, will it beat it? David, do you think it will?
I think it will. I think the hype is going to be as high as it can be, because I think going into the original Wicked, the only people who were super hyped were probably people who know about the stage production, which, granted, it's one of the most popular Broadway shows out there. So I think a lot of people did know about that and have known for a while. But I think a lot of new people came in to see it, as we saw from how much money was out there. So I think once the marketing goes into full swing, it's going to whip everybody up. And there's really not a ton coming out in November for like major movies beyond, I think Zootopia 2 is probably the other big family movie coming out around that time period. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to capitalize on that Thanksgiving crowd fantastically, get a bunch of people. And I meant to say, we did see in the trailer a little bit more. We definitely are going to spend time with Dorothy and the classic trio, because we do see like the Cowardly Lion fully grown and things like that. So I'm very interested to see what they put in going off of the originals.
Yeah, I have to say this right now. If you guys force me to see a movie with a bunch of theater kids for the pop culture deep dive, I will quit the channel. I swear to God.
Oh no, you don't. No, yeah, Wicked's its own thing. You're good. If you don't want to go see it, did you see the first one?
No. After everything came out, where everybody's just like walking up and down the aisles, like singing along with.
They went crazy, bro. But yeah, I think it's a good movie for you to check out at home and see what you think.
I'm definitely want to check it out. But yeah, once I saw like people walking up and down the aisles, full costume, singing along, I'm like, that's just not what I want to do. No,
I definitely understand that. Unless you go to a specific screening for that kind of thing, that has no place in a movie theater. I do agree. I don't think even as excited as much as I like it, there's a time and place for that kind of thing, and it's not when people are trying to watch the movie.
I don't think I saw that in my theater when I saw Wicked, but I did see, and I think we talked about this the last time I was on the discussion here, a lot of people coming in late like people coming in after the movie's already starting, and it's like they're still trying to find their seats, and it's like,
See,
guys,
luckily, when I went to one because I have the AMC A list, of course, so I get free tickets, whatever. So I went to like the fan event without even realizing it. That was like the premiere before the actual movie came out. So there was a ton of people there, but it wasn't the most dressed up anybody was like, oh, you look kind of nice wearing like pink and green colors. It was no like people were excited and wanted to see it, but it was nobody going like full costume and absolutely nobody like talking or singing or anything during it. So I think I got kind of the best of both worlds there. It was a great crowd to like appreciate it, but nobody went overboard that it took away from like the movie actually happening.
Yeah, I don't think I had anyone like singing loud that I could hear. I know I had someone like humming, which might be worse. But
Especially if it's just like inconsistent humming just every now and then. It's like, is that a bug? What?
it was humming, but it wasn't like lined up. So you'd hear the song, and then like just a second or two later, you hear the hum.
That's
Oh. But yeah,
now when I want to go see Wicked for Good with you, and just like sit next to you, just like pretend to be a bug.
just like what happened to Nick? I'll be like, I don't know. He didn't show up at all. Like it was so weird.
I think it's kind of like how it didn't happen anywhere I went to see it, but you saw a lot of videos of people getting super psyched for like Black Panther when it first came out.
or
some
Star
of them, like,
Wars, where
dressing
they
up
had
and,
the
like-
lightsabers going around. Yeah.
Well, Star Wars is Star Wars. I feel like that's a totally different, like culturally speaking, Star Wars is its own thing.
I did wear a Spider-Man costume for the Amazing Spider-Man 2, like midnight premiere.
That's why that movie sucked so much.
Does Nick wear a Spider-Man costume?
Yep, that was the whole reason.
The universe
They
was
were
like,
like,
oh,
they were
oh,
sitting there.
Nick-
They were sitting
Nick's a
there
big
making
fan
it.
of this. Tank it.
They were sitting there making it, and like this college student out in Colorado is gonna totally be dressed up in Spider-Man. He's gonna tank this
You know
movie.
this
They're
guy's
like-
gonna dress up.
They were
Fuck that
halfway
guy.
done
He's gonna
filming,
be-
and it was actually going to be like an amazing movie. And then somebody was like, "Sir, this kid here, he's really into this." Like,
We
Oh
spoke
my
to the
God.
Oracle. This guy in just the middle of nowhere in Colorado. He's gonna dress up. Fuck that guy.
This guy in
You know what?
Greeley, Colorado, wants to go see this movie.
Yeah, on the notes of theater etiquette, I would say Weapons, probably the best theater etiquette I've had this year. Just everyone went in, watched the movie, had a good time.
dude, I don't know. About 2 hours and 15 or so minutes in, like maybe 16, 17, a bunch of people in my theater just stood up and like Naruto ran out. It was super weird.
Were they running for Area 51?
I don't know where they went. They had their hands out. They were
As soon
gone.
as, David, as soon as you opened your mouth, I was like, he's gonna say Naruto Run. I just know it. He's gonna mention the Naruto Run right
Yeah.
now.
Well, like
Wild.
even going to Primitive War, which was R-rated still, so you didn't have like the kids running up and down. People were coming in 30 minutes into the movie playing, and I was like,
Dude,
and
like
one
who
guy like
does that?
turned on
After
his
you've spent
flashlight.
You've spent
Yeah.
so much money now to go to a movie. Like you're spending like $20 to get into a movie these days, especially like that, like Primitive War, where it's like A-list. I mean, not A-list. It's like Fathom Events or whatever, like something
Yeah.
special. I don't understand how you drop that kind of money and you're not there on time and like respectful.
Yeah, and then the dude like turned on his flashlight and was like shining everybody as he walked to the opposite side. He was seat one.
That's fantastic.
Bro,
Oh,
Yeah,
I would have had a
he's-
problem.
He's like, yeah, he's lucky I wasn't there.
A theater full of stoners that just literally go, dude, no fucking way. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's
See,
crazy.
I gotta say, like, I don't.
Grayson, I don't remember seeing a movie with you. You're doing a great impersonation of me.
Like,
Hey,
I gotta
if
say,
you're that guy, more power to you.
I don't want to sound pretentious here. I love movies. Like, I love going to movies, everything.
Mhm.
But I gotta say, in terms of like audience wise and stuff, this is why it's so much better to go to like theater productions. People don't pull this kind of shit in. Like, I mean, if you're late to a theater production, the ushers won't even let you in usually for like the first 20 minutes or so until
Well,
there's
it's
like a break for you to go in.
Yeah, if you leave during IMAX, you can't get back in.
I've
Like-
never heard of that. What?
Like when
Depends on the theater you go to. But
if
yeah.
you go
can't-
to like a
like, so-
legit-
So if you have to pee, you can't go back inside an IMAX.
Yeah.
I've been to plenty of IMAXs. I've never had that happen.
not like an AMC
Just don't
IMAX,
pee.
but like a legit IMAX.
Are you talking about like at like a museum, like the
Yeah.
dome?
Yeah.
That's different. Yeah, no, that's not a full movie. That's like a 30-minute science thing.
Oh, ours does movies in Denver.
I've never seen
Just don't pee.
Yeah, Keegan, look, they gave
Well, I mean,
you a
that's why the
drink cup
cups. That's
for
why
a
the
reason.
cups are so big. Yeah.
Well, on that note, today we're going to be talking about Return to Oz, one that's been hyped up as super, super dark. I don't know if I saw it being super dark. I enjoyed it, and hot take right off the bat, I think it's the second best Wizard of Oz movie. Just kind of based off of building the world, I think. All right. Well, it's just three of us now. Nick, what are your initial reactions to Return to Oz?
I don't agree with that statement at all. Being the second best Wizard of Oz movie, no.
Did you mix up the words second and worst?
best
no,
and
'cause
worst?
I
Did you
think
mean?
I
Did
think
you
it,
mean mid? I think you meant the word mid because that's where I'd put it.
no, I think it's better than Osgrat and Powerful.
You're already wrong. You've already started off on the wrong foot.
And while
mean,
He
I
just
think,
hates James Franco that much.
I don't hate James Franco that much.
Return to Oz. The opening for me was kind of slow. I felt like the opening was really slow.
The opening made no goddamn sense.
The opening, my one complaint with the opening, it should have been black and white.
No, okay.
I guess, but I mean, 1985. I didn't think they were going to go for 1985. But no,
Wasn't
I mean,
it a made-for-TV
opening
movie?
No, it went to theaters, I think. Or maybe it was direct to like VCR.
it went. It's. I just looked this up. Its budget was 24 million, and its box office was 11.1 million.
Yeah, I went to theaters. It didn't do well.
No, I mean it was a weird movie for me for sure. The opening was dark. The fact that they were about to give a 10-year-old girl electroconvulsion therapy because she was talking about the land of Oz.
Okay, all right. Somebody,
Six
all
months
right. I
after
need. Hold on.
her tornado
I
attack.
need some
And also
clarification here because this pissed me off about the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a sequel to the original movie, or is it its own thing based off the books?
So I think it's
according
both.
Yeah, I was gonna say according to
Ruby Red
the Wikipedia page, it's an unofficial sequel based off of
That's what I
two
thought
of
because
his
they
books.
even mentioned the ruby red slippers instead of silver and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And in which case, this makes no goddamn sense because they have destroyed every little piece of character development that Dorothy got in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
she's
not-
also like half the age now.
Yeah. Casting wise, obviously,
It
all
did not.
different
You
actors.
could not believe that this girl was supposed to be Judy Garland in any way, shape, or form. And this movie absolutely misses the mark by not being a musical.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see where people wouldn't like it for that part because obviously, wait, Oz Great and Powerful wasn't either, was it?
No, but that's also supposed to not isn't Dorothy. That's like
Yeah.
the wizard side. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not supposed to be in direct relation to the Wizard of Oz classic movie.
It's kind of like when they remade Mulan and didn't make it a musical. In a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never saw remade Mulan. Oh yeah, you're the Disney one. Yeah. I refused to watch that because of the fact that it wasn't a musical and that Mushu wasn't in it.
I saw it once.
It's like the two best parts of that movie.
I saw it once. You did not miss out, David.
And yeah, I heard it was awful. And they added some like random Asian witch lady that turned into a phoenix or something.
Yeah, big like eagle hawk thing.
Yeah, see, no. Why is it so hard for them to just take the script of the animated movie and act it out? Why is that difficult? That's not hard. That's all we need.
Things.
We don't need a whole new movie.
That's not how we do things here at Disney. Just want to point that out.
That's why they're not making any money.
We don't give people what they want. We give people what we want.
They don't know what they want. We know better than them. Right? That's what Disney says. Where the fuck did Grayson go?
Grayson. I think we scared him away with electroshock therapy. Grayson.
Okay, so again, as I mentioned to Keegan off camera earlier, but the ECT, electrical convulsion therapy, was not around in 1907 when the last
1900.
It was around. 1904 and 1907 were when the books were written.
Yeah.
This movie was based
There
on.
was no electric shock bullshit in the books.
No.
Yeah.
Not a thing. Also,
Mm-mm.
I feel like that alone also completely destroyed the character development of Well, is what we learned about Auntie Am and Henry. Because in the original Wizard of Oz, they are not the type that would have been like, oh, she's talking about some mystical world and oh, we better go shock it out of her. No, none of that would have happened.
Well, not even just that. They abandoned her at the like psych ward.
They're like,
Mhm.
I'll pick you up tomorrow. Like, what?
Yeah, you can't take your dog and like Toto.
That, oh my god, that's why my
howling.
name is that. They just didn't want to have a fucking dog in the movie.
I did think
They
that was
wanted to
so
find a way
funny.
to ride him out to not have to be there through the whole thing.
I did think
And
it
they
was funny
replaced
when
him with a goddamn chicken that
A
doesn't want to lay
chicken?
eggs.
A talking chicken.
a chicken.
Yeah, what was the
A
quote that I
murdering chicken.
Yeah, what was the quote that I sent you yesterday? She's a charity case, is what her uncle calls her.
Yeah, like, why would she ever have wanted to go back to that? You would have stayed in Oz if that's how your family acted.
I mean, the chicken was like, "F that, I'm staying." Like,
Yeah, the chicken was
Yeah,
like,
she's like, I'm
"Hey,
not going back
kid."
to that dumb world.
well, and also,
To be
the
fair, they were going
girl-
to eat the chicken.
yeah, and the other girl that saves her straight up just drowns and dies. I know, like,
The other psych ward girl?
yeah,
And it's never explained. She's just, okay.
No. Because they deleted the scene. There's a scene that they had where they're talking about, yeah, they came back because they felt bad, and that's why they were on the search party. And the police comes up and they're like, we couldn't find the other, she drowned. Just like,
Also, really pisses me off that she didn't get to use that fucking key as soon as she found it.
where would she have used it though?
It should have
Like
been
a
a key that
magic-
any
magical door, yeah.
when she got to the psych ward, remember, and then she like opens the door and looks out in the hallway, that should have been locked, and then she's like, oh, and like try the key, and then it's a door to Oz.
I mean,
Would have been a lot better than drowning another little girl in the river. Just throwing that out there.
it does open up
Second best Oz movie. Just want to point that out.
It is.
All
It
the
opens
best
the
Oz movies.
conversation for like apparently anytime there's a natural disaster in Kansas, tornado, flood,
Some kids going to
rock
Oz.
devil, some kids going to Oz. Like, it's wild. I didn't get the water part and the big ocean.
No, and I didn't like that they were hyping up that nurse to basically be the same as the character in Wizard of Oz that was the Wicked Witch.
Yeah, I think
It-
it's too hard to follow because that's such an iconic role.
Yeah, they were trying to be like, oh, look, she's just like the one that wanted to kill Toto last time. Oh, stupid.
See,
I'm gonna get that little dog.
I think the Gnome King better, or not better than the Wizard, because obviously the Wizard, but I like his kind of reversal where he starts off like being
I
kinda
don't know.
kind
What do
and
you
gets
guys
worse and worse as he goes.
What do you guys think is a more bitch way to go out? A bucket of water or a chicken egg?
I mean, they're both not great, but one's
No, they're
definitely more
they're both.
iconic. So
I think the bucket of water makes a little bit more sense versus the egg being poisonous, and it also that's only explained at the very end.
no, it's explained a couple times that they couldn't have chickens there.
No. It's never said other than when he's dying that eggs are
chicken?
poisonous to gnomes.
They don't say it's poisonous, but they say they can't
They
have.
freak out. They freak out about the chicken,
Yeah.
yes, but they don't mention why they're freaking out about the chicken until the very end when he dies.
That's just how Disney does it sometimes.
I also want to know why the fuck was Glinda not with them this entire movie?
Don't worry about it.
Is she dead? Is dead?
She should have been like their most powerful ally after what happened before, and then they're like, she's at the very end of the coronation.
Well, she was probably dead, and
She's
What
not
if-
dead. She's alive.
she's turned to stone like the
Oh
rest
my
of
God.
them.
She shouldn't have been though. Like she's one of the most powerful, or at least talk about it. Like find her stone and be like, oh shit, they got Glinda.
I want to retroactively go back and make Feruza Balk say that.
Just be like,
they
oh
got
shit,
Glinda.
like something. This movie was. I don't, Keegan. I over this past year have been led to believe you just have bad taste in movies.
You think? He picked Jurassic World Rebirth over Superman and Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
David, you're not the first one to have that opinion.
I mean, let's look at it. You made us watch Joker. You made us watch The Crow. You really pushed hard for Kraven the Hunter.
The Crow
had to
we
watch
knew was gonna be bad.
Wolfman.
Hey,
I'm just saying your
Wolfman-
hits ain't sticking up well, but
Wolfman's still number one. People like watching people talk about bad movies, so.
but you didn't go into most of them thinking they were going to be bad.
No, I thought Crow would be bad. I didn't think Joker because the first one was good. I was
I
there.
was weary about Joker going into it.
I knew
I was-
Joker was going to be shit as soon as they announced it was a musical with Lady Gaga.
See the reason that didn't scare me. The reason why that doesn't scare me is because I thought there was going to be more destruction versus what they showed. Like they showed a little bit of destruction and chaos in the trailer, but that was all dream sequences, and I was like, oh, this sucks.
But yeah, I don't know. This was not the second best one. What do you think was the best redeeming quality of this movie, Keegan?
I mean, so I like the cinematography. I like the world building. I like new places in Oz and new powers, and it feels magical still. It feels different enough, and it does harken a little bit back to the books with the originals. And I don't know. I like some of the performances. I thought the Gnome King did good. I do like the animation. It's not the best, but it has like a classic kind of charm to it. With the Rock King and like how the rocks are. It just reminds me of those like classic Christmas, like claymation or whatever they were, cartoons. Just in the anime, I don't know.
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like so.
I don't think those make it good though. You're
Hey.
just citing that's like saying Star Wars stuff blew up. It was good.
I mean, Michael Bay has made an entire
Yeah.
career off of stuff like that.
Doesn't mean his movies are good.
No,
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out that fact.
What is?
I mean,
Michael Bay's
to
movies
be
are
fair-
good because they have explosions.
Transformers also batting 2 for 8 being good, including the original.
The original was
cartoon.
actually really good, I think.
The 2007 one, yeah.
I loved with Shia LaBeouf and everything. I thought that was a great movie.
Yeah, I think-
The first two were good. The third
don't
one
like
was
the
meh.
second one.
And then,
The second one wasn't great, where Optimus dies.
Yeah, the third
Yeah.
one was better, but not great. And
No,
then the
they all
rest
kind-
have been.
Bumblebee was the only other good one.
Yeah,
dude,
I
I
like
didn't see. I haven't
Bumblebee.
seen anything. I haven't seen
Excuse
anything
me,
past
Ironhide.
3.
What'd you say?
I said
You
I haven't seen anything past.
Do you remember
3.
that other message you sent me, Keegan, when you were like, "This is where TikTok comes from. I love him."
No, but I do remember saying TikTok something with one of either the original Wizard of Oz book or the
He
Wicked
looks
book.
so
I don't
he looks so
remember.
dopey. He looks
What?
like Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast, like his grandpa. It would have been TikTok.
Okay,
When
so
he walks
speak-
up the stairs, it looks unnerving. I don't know why.
So speaking of like the way the characters look, I gotta say I think it's a little bit of a fail on their part that they didn't use like the actors themselves.
Oh yeah, like behind you there, like the Scarecrow, the Tin Man. They just look like fucking nightmare fuel.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I wouldn't want to save their asses. Hell no.
Yeah,
Go to
they
hell
look,
where you belong.
yeah, they look much more like the book, and that's where it's confusing. Because, like you said, is this a book or sequel, or is this
Yeah.
the movie sequel? And it's like a both sequel.
And if it was gonna be a book one, then they should have redone the original story with these characters.
Or just give them like silver slippers and be like, yeah, remember your silver slippers? Because then it's like, all right, whatever. She's going back to Oz. We already know that story, but it's not the same story. It's like,
I don't know. I think this was a fail all the way around. I remember why I'd never seen it before because it was awful. It looks terrible.
I remember why I had never seen it before.
Yeah, because I'd always looked at it and been like, this looks like shit. And then I watched it and I was like, no, yeah, I was right all these years. My opinion got worse of it after I saw it. The only good thing of this entire movie was this guy behind me here, Jack, because that's a cool ass character. Nobody else.
He's
Nobody else
also the
matters.
inspiration to Jack Skellington. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the only good part of that whole fucking movie. It could have been an hour of him just walking back and forth through Oz with no interaction with anybody, and I would have been fine. That would have been a better movie.
well, speaking of movie connections, the voice of the Gump, the moose head, went on to direct Blade. So I mean, who would have expected that?
He probably
just
was like, he was probably like in front of the screen for this one, and he goes, "This movie sucked ass. I never want to be on screen again. I just want to be behind camera."
Hey,
I also can't believe that they just fucking wrote out Toto.
they did.
That they're just like, oh no, Toto has to stay at the farm this time. Like, bitch.
So was it me, or when she visits like her old house, it sounded like there was a dog crying. So I was like, oh, Toto's coming back. This is how Toto's gonna come back. Nope, just not.
How the hell
Toto.
did the goddamn chicken get there, but Toto couldn't?
Well, I thought it was funny too. They got the chicken there, and the chicken starts speaking immediately. But it's like, Toto.
Yeah, but no, Toto.
Toto didn't speak. No, Toto.
No, sir,
No
little
talking.
dog.
No talking dogs. But
Even
talking
though dogs are significantly more intelligent than chicken, and literally every animal spoke except Toto.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Fuck this series. Justice for dogs.
Well, David didn't like Return to Oz. Nick, what did you think about like the wasteland or the desert as well as the wheelies or wheelers?
Wheelers.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like they were like, it felt like a Wizard of Oz type thing, you know. It felt like it belonged in the world. It looked weird, but it felt like it belonged.
They are an L. Frank Baum creation.
Like, yeah, maybe I'm not as blown away by like the world exploration as you are, Keegan, because I've actually like read Wizard of Oz and such. Like, none of this is a surprise to me. I just didn't need to see it. I've never been like, I want to know more about the Winkies and the land they come. No, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, looking at I mean, that's something I think we also enjoyed in Oz the Great and the Powerful was just the world building. Though
But it
does
actually
open up-
looked good. It didn't look like fucking nightmare fuel the way that these did. And that's saying something because those porcelain people are goddamn terrifying.
I was gonna say some of the CGI effects are terrifying in that movie.
Not as you can't. The worst of them in that you can't even compare to this fucking movie. It
David,
looks
you're
like
really passionate. You're really
It's like
passionate.
they
Look, dude,
put a
Return
bunch
to
of
Dogs needs love too,
steroids
right?
into a Saint Bernard and we're like, good lion.
Good line.
Also, what is the scarecrow looking at? Like, Nick, move over just a little bit. Look at his goddamn eyes. Other way. Look at those eyes. Look at that face. That is
He's still on the
somebody.
wheelies and was like,
Dude, so
That is somebody about to touch a child.
Am I speaking of that? Am I the only one that felt uncomfortable with the way he hugged Dorothy?
That's what I'm saying. He looks awful. He looks like a predator.
Yeah.
And that's the face of a predator. Look at that. He looks like Chris Hansen's about to walk in on him. Also,
she's
you know,
saved.
okay. You know what would have been
That's
a
all I
badass
think of.
sequence in this movie? What should have happened was as soon as this evil princess or whatever has like these wheelies or not, it should have been Dorothy being like, fine, you're going to go fuck yourself and I'm going to attack you with my army. And then she gets all the flying monkeys. And they beat the shit out of the wheelies. I would have watched that movie.
Can we do that like the Oz War?
No, because honestly, like that's what happens in Wizard of Oz. Once she like frees the flying monkeys, they give her a special hat that gives her like 3 wishes that the monkeys will do anything she wants. It would have been perfect to have something like that, and her just be like, "I have an army of flying monkeys.
They're
Can't defeat
also
me."
slightly annoyed every time she calls them. They're just like, yeah, okay.
Like, God damn it, we said we would do it. All right, what do you need?
And then she gives the hat. Who does she give it to? Does she give it to Scarab? She gives it to someone else after, and then they're like,
It's kind of a like, Genie, you're free kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because this combines 3 of the books. I don't even know which 3 outside of Oz
And there's
Oz.
no flying monkeys in the entire story. Come on.
It only combines 2 of the books, I thought.
No, 3. According to the director, who then they fired. And then they had Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and Francis Ford Coppola come in to want to direct it. And that's how George Lucas met the producers for the sequels or the prequels of Star Wars.
Also, why wouldn't she go to Munchkin Land and get help from them? Like, I wanted to see the Lollipop Guild gun down some wheelies.
They were all gone because that's where the house was.
They're not gone, though. That
The
never
Old Brick
happens.
Road,
And
it
then
was
they're
like
back.
Mad Max.
They're
It was-
back at the coronation. Where were they?
Because she clicked her heels and said, I want everyone alive again. It was like Mad Max meets Wizard of Oz. It was
No, the
wild.
whole movie was fucking stupid. It was a waste of time, and that's why it didn't even make back half its budget, Keegan.
Hey, it is a cult classic now.
Well, that cult
I
needs
really-
to pull that cult needs to pull a Jonestown and drink the poison Kool-Aid because it does not need to be a cult.
Boy.
The only Oz movie I think is worse of this is The Wiz.
I'm not seeing that one.
Well, guess what we're saying next month, Nick?
Ah,
He's not kidding. That is the last one to do before Wicked for Good. And that
What's
movie is, oh my god. I may not
what's
even
it
show
on?
up for that one. It's whatever they stream in hell.
Tubi.
dude,
Yeah,
what,
so
Michael Jackson?
it's probably Tubi.
Whatever they stream in hell.
And there goes our sponsorship for Tubi.
Yeah, like they were watching this, like, I like these guys. I'm
The
gonna, they're sending up the
1978
email.
film.
What?
The 1978 film.
Yeah, with Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is Dorothy.
Oh, fun.
I'm just kidding. He's not, but
He's the
Alrighty.
scarecrow.
Can't
honestly,
wait to watch
that
this.
might have made it better.
No, Michael Jackson's the Scarecrow.
I know,
Diana Ross is
but-
Dorothy.
But how good would that have been? If
That'd have been
Michael Jackson was
hilarious.
Dorothy? I'd watch the hell. I don't know, his monkey is
Oh, yeah.
Mr.
Dorothy.
Bubbles.
Dorothy, we need to go down the Yellow Brick Road.
Dorothy, if only I had a brain. But I can sing.
And I can dance really good. Yeah, okay, where to watch?
What did you like about Jack Pumpkinhead?
Hey, look at that. What do you know? It is actually free on Tubi.
That's so funny. I'm not
It's
even upset.
amazing.
I'm not even mad. You know what? Tubi, we'll take that sponsorship.
You know what, Tubi will take it. All your streaming needs met in hell because they're that good.
Hey,
What
you're
if
in hell. Why not make it just a little bit better? Welcome, Tubi.
The executives just sitting there being like, he's got a point.
next week somebody
Mm.
comes back and says that's the second best Wizard of Oz movie?
What? The Wiz?
Yeah.
Is
Honestly,
that person going to be you,
so-
Keegan?
no. I can honestly say, at least as far as the Wiz goes, I hate it. It is not my kind of movie. but I do get how some people can enjoy that one because I do feel it's at least a more loyal. Because I mean, that one is a big adaptation of the Wizard of Oz. It's literally the same story. It's just done in a different way. I'm
Yeah.
just such a big fan of the classic that anybody redoing it, I'm going to be super critical of either way. So it's just a little different for me. I just don't like it. I don't like the songs. I don't like it's just not my style.
All right, so Nick, what are
Yep.
some things you enjoyed about Return to Oz?
I did like Fairuza Balk's performance, for surprisingly for a child actress, I thought she did really well. And I did think it was funny. I was like, who is that playing Dorothy? And then I was like, oh, because the only other movie I've known her from, well, the first movie I knew her from was Waterboy. And to find out that was her first on-screen
She
debut.
was Vicky Valancourt.
I like Vicky and she likes me back.
I will agree. I do think, even though I did not like the movie, I do think that acting wise, everybody did a good job for the roles they were in. I think they did give it their all. Nobody seemed to be really phoning it in. I don't agree with the direction the story took and most anything happening, but I can't fault any of the actors for it. I do think that she was a poor replacement for Judy Garland, but anybody is going to be. You can't replace somebody like Judy Garland. She's an icon. I do think also this is where some of my confusion comes in on if they're trying to sequelize from the movie or from the book, because in the book, Dorothy was significantly younger when she goes to Oz. And I feel like this one fits in better with that youthful, and it would explain a lot more of the not speaking up for herself kind of thing and stuff like that. But if we're going off of Judy Garland movie, Dorothy, I feel like she was a little older, and throughout that, she was very outspoken, very, she would not have been sent to a center to be shocked. She would not have stood for that at all. Like, that is just not something that would have happened.
Yeah.
So I think that, again, it's just confusing of where this is supposed to land and what it's supposed to be, because the characters are almost two different, completely different entities that just happen to have the same name in the way that they're portrayed in the two different movies.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get that, because I mean, a lot of these, like, if you look behind Nick, the main cast from the previous one are clearly based off of the books. Like, they look straight out of the book designs, but then at the same time, you got the ruby red slippers, which, as we know, MGM owns. Dude,
Only part of that movie, yeah.
Today. Yeah, they still own it to today, right?
Which is why in Wicked they're not red.
Yeah. Also, were they silver in Osgrat and the Powerful?
I don't know on that one, but considering Disney and MGM have like partnership deals and things like that, they may also have like have the rights for it or something like that to use red. We'd have to check.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure on that one. I couldn't remember. I know I heard somewhere that at times this has popped up at different themes for not like full sections of Disney, but just like little sections here and there. They'd kind of spruce up like Return to Oz. Must have been earlier in the park's inception, obviously, because they're not doing it today. It wasn't like a ride or anything, but like just little bits here there that they do. Would you have casted Judy Garland's daughter to play Dorothy in this role for Return to Oz?
Potentially. But again, I think it would have to be a drastically different movie. Because if you're trying to make this be the Dorothy from the original movie, I think a whole lot changes. I also, again, I feel like even the characters of like Auntie M and such were totally misrepresented from what they had been, because they were a much more loving family. They would have never even considered like, oh, you're crazy, we're going to get you shock therapy. Like that. No, that makes no sense. I don't know why they thought that was a good direction to go with this. I think it would have been better if they would have just written it off as she's just a very creative, curious girl and humored her about it. And then she found the key and kind of stumbled back into Oz, as opposed to having to be at odds with her family. Because that family that like sent her there, I would not come back from Oz to be with them. In the first movie, if I would have gotten away, I'd been like, peace, I'm out. I live in Oz now.
Well, and I think her daughter was in line at least to voice her, but I don't think that project ever got released, if I remember right. But I was like, I don't know how old she was when this film came out, but it would have been interesting. Nick.
So, just adding this in here, it does look like, as far as the slippers go, they have only really been seen in Return to Oz, because even in Once Upon a Time, the TV show they did that had Oz later come in, they were still silver. And it says right here that because of copyright, Disney had to pay a large licensing fee to utilize them in Return to Oz.
And they also became like just
that's where part of that budget, that's where it went to.
Yeah. They also
apparently there's also an issue around the Wicked Witch being green. Disney's adaptations of the character have had to tweak the exact shade to avoid paying a fee for having the witch be green. Because in the original book, she's not green.
No.
Oh,
she's
speaking of
significantly more messed up too in the book.
Yeah, she's more like a witch, like what we think of classically. Well,
speaking of the whole green thing, I did think it was funny when TikTok cries. He cries a tear of green or whatever. And all I could think of was, like, well, he's obviously a freak. We don't trust green in the land of Oz here.
Well, no, did you not get that from the story that TikTok is the essence of the Wicked Witch that melted, that was put into the machinery? Like it's her soul inside of him. That's why he
No,
cried green.
I honestly, that I did not pay attention to that. I was also trying to figure out some other things.
It's because I made that up. That's not true.
I
agree with you.
don't remember that.
I
Cool.
agree with you. Death to TikTok. He's a freak. Push him down some stairs.
I was like, again, because like even when Dorothy gets to Oz and Belina's talking, she's like, "See, you're talking. That's not such a weird thing in the land of Oz." It's like, yeah, but if you're green, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, I like how of all the things that, like, look at that fucking gnome king. You're telling me that looks normal, but oh god, this girl's green.
Yeah, look at Jack Pumpkinhead. Totally normal.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, this dude's literally produce as a head, and we're still like, no, that's cool, but that woman's green. Ultimately, I would say Return to Oz, I'm giving it a 2 out of 10, and that's only because Jack is really cool. Jack is very cool. He's got 2 eyes, so he gets 2 points out of 10. I'd go watch a sequel if it was based only on him and his adventures in Oz, which I do think is one of the books. I think it does. He is the main character of at least 1 or 2 books, I believe.
yeah, because he's one of the characters that Baum created.
Yes, so if they ever wanted to do that, I'm all aboard. But otherwise, this movie was garbage. It was hot trash. It was somebody trying to be edgy with Wizard of Oz, and Wizard of Oz is not edgy. That is not the reason for it to exist.
See, again, when I was watching it, because of its dark, the dark side to it, all I could think of was the movie The Dark Crystal, which is another like.
Yeah, this was
kids
like somebody.
film.
It was like trying to duplicate
was
Dark
like-
Crystal and being
Yeah.
terrible at it. It was like trying
Yeah.
to feel like Labyrinth or something, and it doesn't work for Wizard of Oz.
No. But it still reminded me of just like the fact that the 80s tried to be super edgy with a lot of things.
Like, what if we took this childhood thing you loved and made it dark?
What if, like, for Wizard of Oz, instead of like her opening a magical door, we give her electric shock therapy?
And then there's a flood, but she's in a chicken coop, so she lives.
Are you saying this could have been the writer of Wicked's favorite Wizard of Oz movie?
No, because that I still can't explain that book.
Good. Yeah, that's like bad fan fiction.
That's somebody's fetish getting in the way of, like, I don't know what. We've been over this. We don't need to redo it. But don't want to get tiger aids.
Grayson,
Walked into
anything?
Tiger Aids.
No, dude, that's a legit
I'll
thing
give-
in the Wicked book.
Yeah,
I'll
what
give-
if the guy
Oh, we're
died?
talking the Wicked book. Yeah, I remember you guys
Yeah.
talking about that.
I'll give Return to Oz a 4 out of 10.
Wow.
It was funny at parts, like the whole, like I said earlier, a chicken, like that felt really silly to me. I would literally, I audibly laughed.
I'm
out
glad.
loud when
I
saw
will
that.
say, like, that line is ridiculous, but at least it did make sense considering how he dies.
Yeah,
So
but the
there
thing is,
was
they don't
reasoning.
explain it until the very end. So they're like
No.
the whole point. The whole beginning. He's like a chicken. And it's like, why is he afraid of a chicken? It makes no sense.
Also, why was the
until
chicken
end.
magically able to lay eggs once it got to Oz?
It was also magically able to speak. So are you really going to question it?
And no one hated
No.
him for speaking.
I'd have
so-
to care more to question it. So you're right.
I have to care more to question. Grayson didn't see the movie.
I did not, but I will say from your guys' review and the reviews that I've seen of this movie as well, I will give it a hypothetical 3 out of 10.
Middle ground. There you go.
I can respect that.
Keegan.
All right, let's give it the highest rating. We're gonna give it 100 out of 5.
He's gonna
Gee,
100 out of 5.
Keegan, they're going to stop valuing our opinions on this channel. I'm going to be honest with you.
No, I'll say 7 out of 10. I don't think it was that terrible.
You're ranking it that high.
Keegan,
Yeah.
was it better than Jurassic World Rebirth? Was it better?
No.
Apparently.
Was it? You know what? For once, I agree with you.
I'm
concur.
surprised you rate it that high because even Rotten Tomatoes doesn't rank it that high.
Well, he said it was his second favorite, so he had to get it pretty high up there.
The second
What's
best
funny, though,
Oz film.
I think you rated Oz the Great and Powerful at like an 8, dude.
Maybe. yes, it would be second. I think it's better than Oscar and the Powerful. I think as a movie, Wicked is better, but it doesn't fit in line with the three, if that makes sense. Like these three, you can kind of put together, even though they feel very different. At least they kind of
So
tell a story.
Which-
hypothetically,
hang on,
you're
real-
saying that
real
it would
quick.
start with Oz the Great and Powerful, go to the original Wizard of Oz, and then return to Oz as like a trilogy if you're watching them in order.
Hypothetically, you could.
Okay, that's what my question was gonna be.
Yeah, Wicked, you can't because it changes so much.
No,
From Oscar
Wicked
and the
Wicked would
Powerful.
have to be there instead of Oz the Great and Powerful. Those two can't coexist.
No, and even I don't know.
Well, okay, what do you
Wicked
think
for
fits
good.
better? What do you think fits better with Wizard of Oz? Wicked or Oz the Great and Powerful?
Oscar and the Powerful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You think that fits better with the original Wizard of Oz?
Mhm.
Yeah.
because Wicked completely changes the Wicked Witch's origin story.
But it doesn't change what happens in Wizard of Oz. But I guess you'll
No.
see that more in the next one.
Yeah, and it
Of how
does
it fits in.
change who
Spoilers.
the wizard is, because
No?
while he's a charlatan, I didn't feel like he was evil in the first one. If that makes sense.
He's not evil in Wicked either.
Kind of.
He's literally just scummy, which he kind of is in all the iterations.
Kind
Oz
of.
the Great and Powerful is the only one where he's like a hero. But that's after becoming, like, being scummy.
Yeah.
He scums his way into being a hero. All right. Well, on that note, we will be back next month to talk The Wiz. But until then, stay tuned. We got lots of stuff coming up here. Grayson's got some stuff on his channel. David's got some stuff going on. Also, if you guys want to go venture around a city, David might know how to help you there. Right, David?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's our Yusuf Khan tours we're going to do with Nick.
Those are
No.
very, very exclusive.
We're just going to venture around movie sets where Yusuf Khan had filmed with Nick.
it'll be exactly like this joke. You're like, Nick, did you see that building over there? Yusuf Khan filmed Citizen Kane there, and it's like that's not how that happened.
What
Did
if
you
we
guys-
got...
Have you ever seen the episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine when they go visit the building where they filmed Die Hard? And Jake, he wants a picture of like every little thing. Like, oh my god, he said this line right here. Take a picture. That's what Nick would be like. Like, oh my god,
No,
Yusuf saw it.
stop!
looked
I'm
at that
not like that.
restaurant. Take a picture with me.
Oh my god, no, I'm not like that. Stop it.
All right. So, yeah, for more deep dives, click the link to the left. For more here at Culz Paranormal, click the link to the right. Don't
Don't we
forget to
also have-
like, subscribe, and let us know your ranking of the Wizard of Oz movies. And if you know Yusuf Khan, please comment below so we can make sure he can meet Nick. Tell
Hey,
us
Don't we
Not
also?
only that,
Hey, don't we
guys,
also
but-
have? Don't we
hold
also
on,
have
hold
a?
on. Hold on, Nick. We have also begun now that the football season's in full swing. We have our sports chats on Tuesdays right here, live chats to recap the world of NFL. Make sure you're there if you're into that.